first let's start off with the basics, an RC circuit. First we have our battery, then we have a resistor, and then we have a capacitor connected in series. Something you need to remember is that current flows from the positive terminal around the circuit, and the actual flowing is done by electrons in the opposite direction. So what's happening when we do charge a capacitor? First we just have two metal plates. They're uncharged, neutral. Once we connect a battery though, charges start to flow from the negative terminal of the battery onto one of the plates of the capacitor. As they build up on one capacitor, it's going to create a repulsive force, kicking out the electrons on the other plate, creating a current. So now we're going to have one negative charge plate and one positive charge plate, which is going to create an electric field pointing from the positive charge plate to the negative charge plate. Alright, so now let's talk about how do we increase the energy stored on our capacitor. Pretty important thing, gotta know these formulas. First, we need to know that the energy stored in a capacitor is equal to the charge squared over 2 times the capacitance. Thus, the charge is more important since it's squared. And we know that charge is equal to capacitance times voltage, and since it's connected to a battery, the voltage is constant, so we have to increase our capacitance to increase the energy stored. So let's use 3 basic capacitors as our examples. If we increase the area of a capacitor, we know that voltage is equal to electric field times distance. This increase in area will allow charges to spread out and reduce our electric field. Since our voltage is the same and our distance is the same, it's going to add more charges to compensate for the lost electric field. Now, when we decrease our distance, voltage is equal to electric field times distance. This time, we need to increase our electric field to compensate for the reduced distance. So we're going to add more charges on to do that. But a dielectric. What even is a dielectric? How does that work? So what happens when you add the dielectric? Let's say we have a charged capacitor and we put in our dielectric. Dielectric is a polarizable material, so it's going to have negative charges by the positive plate and positive charges by the negative plate. It's going to cause the electric field to be reduced. So in order to keep our equation of V equals ED the same while the voltage is the same from the battery and the distance hasn't been changed, we got to increase the charges on the plate to restore our original electric field. Now we've accomplished storing more charge in our capacitor.